Hello and welcome to the national election debate. This one is on the issue which will really determine the way the country votes. Many people believe of all the issues in this election, the one issue which impacts you the most is the issue of prices, the way the economy is run. The issue tonight for debate is the economy. And on the national election debate, on the economy, the subject today is this. Please note, members of the audience, the subject very carefully because we will have two shows of hands. The subject is this. If the economy is the main issue in this election, then the UPA cannot win the election of 2014. I'll repeat myself. If the economy is the issue in this election, then the UPA cannot win the election of 2014. That's the debate here today. Before I welcome my panelists, we have three panelists. Let's have a round of applause for each one of them as I introduce them. Three brilliant speakers, three eminent men. He's very soft when you meet him in one-to-one social conversations, aren't you? Thank you. But Anand Sharma, behind that sweet smile of yours this evening, is a sharp debater. When he came on the last debate, the last national election debate, he almost carried the house with him, which was unexpected for someone representing the UPA, which was considered to be at that point, and the Sangh Parivar. And the subject was the issue of corruption. On the issue of corruption, he carried half the house with him. Today, you have a difficult job. Anand Sharma is now Union Cabinet Minister in charge of Commerce and Industry and Textiles, Member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha, huge association with the Congress Party, founder member of the National Students Union of India. He was President of the Youth Congress way back in 1985. He was appointed to the Foreign Affairs Ministry in 2006, Information and Broadcasting Minister in October 2008 and in charge of the Commerce Ministry since 2009, one of the senior most members of the Manmohan Singh cabinet. Anand Sharma, it's fantastic to see you today. Round of applause for him. Aren't we so happy today to have men of eminence? We wait for debates like these to set the agenda. And to my left, but certainly not a left-leaning man at all, is he? Ravi Shankar Prasad. He's been the deputy leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha. And he is one. He's a lawyer by profession. His association with politics begins in the 1970s when he's part of the student movement under Jai Prakash Narayan. Long associated with the Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. First elected to the Rajya Sabha in April 2000. Has served on so many parliamentary committees I lose count. During the Vajpayee government, he was Minister of State for Coal and Mines. He took over Law and Justice. He took over the critical Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. He's been part of the BJP National Executive since 1995, General Secretary. He's been Chief National Spokesperson, and he is now a critical member of Team Namo. Ravi Shankar Prasad, welcome to the debate. Welcome to the debate. And the rules are very, very simple. The rules are simple. Everybody will get 2 minutes to make their opening remarks, and in the middle of the opening remarks, I would appreciate there are no interjections, but if any of our other panelists feel that the other panelist has made a factually incorrect comment which you have to interject on, we have the option of a fact check. To the panelists, I would say use the fact check very, very carefully. When you say fact check, the other speaker has to stop. So you have 2 minutes. After that, we will go into open debate. At the end of the 2 minutes, the other two sides get a chance to interrogate the person who makes their opening remarks. and then the debate carries on. We'll have a vote in the beginning, we'll have a vote at the end of the debate, and two things, remember, you are not speaking for yourselves, gentlemen, you are speaking for your political parties, right? Do not change your positions in the course of the debate. Everything is on record. Let's begin. The buzzer will go at the end of the first 2 minutes. Let's begin. For the first 2-minute introduction on the subject, if the economy is the issue in this election, the UPA cannot win this election. Let's have a round of hands first. How many of you believe that UPA, that is the Congress-led UPA, cannot win the election if the economy is the issue? How many of you are against the UPA on the economy? Anand Sharma, see that number there.
No, I've seen that.
That's 75% at least of the audience. Anyway, the first speaker today on that subject, Amit Mitra of the Trinamool Congress. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you.
I find in India, and my party, led by Mamata Bandyopadhyay, we find in India weakened, demoralized, divided, unjust, falling economic growth, and the nation is seeking a change. Nation is seeking a regeneration. I must say here, as far as the opposition is concerned, both are of course known to me for years, important leaders. The nation does not want an unsecular India. It does not want to see riots. It wants a united India, but diverse in its capacity, integrating unity and diversity. So on one hand, you have a choice of acute corruption, whether it's Colgate, whether it is 2G Gate, whatever it is. That's the reason why the young people have raised their hands. Lack of transparency, integrity, and no credibility. On the other hand, you have a situation where you have a riot-prone entities, you have a position which is non-secular, concerns of divided society. So what I would start by saying is, India is seeking a change, just as Bengal got a change after 34 years. Everybody thought communists are not beatable. They were beaten, and Bengal has turned around, and we now hope that in a small way, under Mamata Banerjee's leadership, we'll have a small contribution to changing India into a regeneration of India, into a renaissance of India. Turn this lack of confidence around and bring about the moral fiber, bring about anti-corruption, make sure that economic growth happens with employment. Employment, jobless growth is not acceptable. It is employment and the poor and inclusion that has to be part of this debate.
Amit Mitra, you just declared Mamata Banerjee your prime ministerial candidate. Thank you very much. Let's have a round of applause for his opening remarks. Any questions for Amit Mitra from our panelists? Any questions? Or are you letting him pass without questions? You have questions?
I'm not.
You have questions? Who?
I'm
okay,
not.
the first interjection from Anand Sharma to Amit Mitra. Go ahead, sir. You can address him directly.
Amit is a person for whom I have personal respect. He's a good man in the wrong party. Now, if you are talking of transforming India the way the Parivartan is done in Bengal, if you are talking to bringing the cleanliness in politics as to what has happened in Bengal, not only the chit fund scam, not only the kind of intolerance that we are seeing, and the fact that there is a competitive regression, is not change. People voted for Parivartan, for change, believing in what Mamata and Trinamool said, but it is the reverse gear and the car has not moved to the first gear. They are scaring away investors, created an environment unwelcoming of investors. I have not seen major institutions. I have not seen a vision. I have only seen noise.
What's your question, sir? Are you making an observation or a question?
So my question is that have you looked at Amit Mitra, the great economist for whom I have respect, the sheer numbers of investments in Bengal and the kind of debt that Bengal has? What have you done since the Parivartan to bring about a change which is not visible, not known either to the Reserve Bank, not known to the rest of the country?
Response, sir.
I think a very important question indeed, and I have great regard for Mr. Sharma as well as Mr. Prasad. But we differ strongly. Statistic, India grew by 4.9%.
Okay.
Bengal grew by 7.71%. That's what we mean by growth. Number two, look at the index of industrial production, which is a part of the Honorable Mr. Sharma's ministry, and I'm quoting his ministerial data. Overall index of industrial production grew in India by negative 0.2%, negative. Bengal grew by 6.6% positive. Whether you look at mining, negative 2.2 India, Bengal 6.4. Negative 0.6 in the case of
You want to answer this question on the chit fund scam?
As far as chit fund is concerned, the origins
Answer
of the chit, yes, I am answering directly. The chit funds were created under the left regime. In the Assembly House, I showed photographs on the table of the ministers of the CPM who were with the chit fund people. Who says we got you? In fact, let me submit to you on the chit fund issue. Let me submit. We have created a commission. Already the poor people below 10,000 rupees who had kept, we have already given over 4.5 lakhs of people that so that they survive. We have arrested the guy, arrested them from Kashmir, and they are in jail for the last 6-7 months. Isn't that the action of the government that you expect to see? Who created them?
Amit Mitra, if Suresh Kalmadi was to carry out the CWG scam and then say, I'm going to give a few free tickets for the Commonwealth Games to people, would you have forgiven him?
I think you have to ask yourself, Arnab, who created the chit funds? Is it today?
You didn't answer.
Sanchoita was created in the 1970s. Nothing the left government did.
So if they did something wrong, you're allowed to do something wrong as well.
I am saying we have arrested them. They are
Anand
in jail.
Sharma, you can see that.
There is a commission created, and the High Court of West Bengal has said that this commission is empowered to work. Isn't this a governance with spirit?
Anand Sharma did not.
Governance with spirit we have seen on many issues in Bengal, including when it comes to the atrocities against women and rapes, and what is the response?
That's no
but let me go back, and the country knows about it.
That's no relevance to the subject.
No, it has relevance because he's saying governance. That is also an issue of governance.
So the BJP also needs to come in.
No, of course he will come in.
Now, can I have something
I will
to say,
retreat, but I was just going.
I'm coming to you.
No, I had just had to counter one thing, one quick rebuttal, that his Trinamool Congress members of parliament have been named for association, for active connivance, and Mamata Banerjee herself is not in denial. There has been a split on this issue. There has been action against 2 of the MPs, and there is also another MP of theirs, of Trinamool Congress, who is under investigation. So
who is investigating? The government of West Bengal has put him in jail.
No.
That is what integrity means,
no,
Mr. Sharma.
No.
Has your government put people in jail?
Sorry, the SEBI is investigating.
Has your MPs been put in jail? No.
A second rejection comes in from Ravi Shankar Prasad at this stage.
I think
Ravi Shankar Prasad
is suffering from selective amnesia.
Ravi Shankar Prasad.
Ministers in prison.
Counter question.
Just read your facts.
Counter question to Amit Mitra's opening remarks by Ravi Shankar Prasad.
I think the parivartan is going to happen in India. That is the parivartan people are waiting for. And that is the parivartan Mr. Anand Sharma is trying to run away with. In response to the question he asked Dr. Mitra, my straight question to him is...
To whom?
To Mr. Anand Sharma.
So you're supposed to ask at this stage of the debate. You're supposed to. I know you are raring to go at the Congress. But do you have a question to ask? No. Do you have a question to ask, Amit? No. Are you so desperate? Are you, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, so desperate for the support of Mamata Banerjee after the elections that you've started wooing him on a national election debate?
Can I speak?
I have never seen, in my entire career, I have never seen you not ask a question to somebody when you've been given an opportunity.
The anchor is speaking more, not allowing me to speak. That's the problem with the anchor.
Ask the question.
Arnab Goswami.
Ask the question.
Dr. Mitra, I hope you will understand. Since you talked of the federal front, my regard for you is too well known. But federal front or the third front or the other front you talked about, this mystical front, which always appears and disappears with elections on, is a regular phenomena. Do you think, regardless of your party's and leaders' popularity in Bengal, you can become an all-India force to unseat the corrupt, non-performing asset of UPA led by the Congress party, which has brought the economy to a doldrum? That's the question I would like to know from you.
Amit Mitra.
Mr. Prasad, I think I must confess to you, when history changes, when tectonic shifts appear, little incremental changes are not what we need. We think there's a big bang change underway where the 2 original parties of India one from the pre-independence days and one from the later, what I would say is people are crying out for a third process. Now you can call it Federal Front, you can call it whatever you like.
Or illusory also.
The people of India are looking for change. Mamata Banerjee represents Parivartan. Now what will be the matrix of that change? History will bring out.